Have you ever looked back on your life and wondered, what if? What if you had started that business 5 years ago? What if you had begun saving for retirement in your 20s? What if you had pursued that degree when you first thought about it? These questions can haunt us, reminding us of paths not taken and opportunities missed. But here's a more important question. What will you do today to ensure you're not asking these same what ifs 5, 10, or 20 years from now? There's an ancient Chinese proverb that speaks volumes about the nature of time, opportunity, and personal growth. It goes like this: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Let that sink in for a moment. This simple statement encapsulates a profound truth about life and success that we often overlook in our day-to-day existence. Think about it. A tree planted 20 years ago would be providing shade, bearing fruit, or standing tall and strong today. It would have weathered storms, endured droughts, and grown inch by inch, day by day, into something magnificent. That tree represents the dreams, goals, and habits we wish we had started cultivating long ago. But here's the crucial part of that proverb, the part that ignites hope and possibility. The second best time is now. It's not too late. It's never too late. The power of now, the present moment, is the most potent force we have at our disposal. It's the seedbed of all future success and achievement. Consider this: every great achievement, every success story, every life-changing decision began with a single moment. A moment when someone decided to act. They planted their tree. Steve Jobs didn't wake up one day with Apple fully formed. He started tinkering in a garage. J.K. Rowling didn't suddenly have 7 Harry Potter books on the bestseller list. She wrote the first word, then the first sentence, then the first page. You might be thinking, but I've wasted so much time already. Let me challenge that thought. The time you've lived up to this point isn't wasted. It's experience. It's wisdom. It's the fertile soil in which your tree can now grow stronger and faster than ever before. Your past has prepared you for this moment, right here, right now. The power of now lies in its potential. Right now, in this very moment, you have the ability to make a decision that will alter the course of your life. You have the power to plant your tree. What tree, you ask? It could be anything. Maybe it's the tree of financial independence, starting that savings plan or investment strategy you've been putting off. Perhaps it's the tree of health and vitality, making that commitment to exercise and nutrition that you know will add years to your life and life to your years. It might be the tree of relationships, reaching out to that old friend, mending that family rift, or opening your heart to new connections. Whatever your tree is, know this: the soil is ready, the conditions are right, and the only thing missing is your decision to plant it. But why is it so hard to seize this moment? Why do we often let the power of now slip through our fingers? It's because the present is where reality meets our fears. It's where we have to confront the gap between who we are and who we want to be. It's where excuses die and action is born. And that can be scary. Fear whispers to us, you're not ready. You're not good enough. You don't have what it takes. But I'm here to tell you that those whispers are lies. You are ready. You are good enough. You do have what it takes. How do I know? Because you're here right now listening to these words, feeling that stirring in your soul that says, yes, it's time. The power of now is also about recognizing the fleeting nature of time. Each moment that passes is a moment we can never get back. But each new moment is also a gift, a fresh opportunity to begin to change, to grow. Think about it this way. 5 years from now, you will arrive. The question is, where and who will you be when you get there? The actions you take now, today, are shaping that future self. Imagine standing in a vast field. In your hand, you hold a single seed. That seed represents your dreams, your potential, your future. Now, you have a choice. You can hold on to that seed, protecting it, waiting for the perfect moment to plant it. Or you can kneel down, dig your fingers into the earth, and plant it right now. If you plant it now, Yes, you'll have to tend to it. You'll need to water it, protect it from harsh elements, and patiently watch it grow. There will be days when you wonder if anything is happening beneath the surface. But with consistent care and the passage of time, that seed will sprout, it will push through the soil, reach for the sun, and begin its journey toward becoming a mighty tree. This is the essence of seizing the power of now. It's about taking that first step, planting that seed, starting that journey today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more ready or when conditions seem perfect. Now. Remember, perfection is the enemy of progress. You don't need to have everything figured out to begin. You just need to begin. Start small if you must, but start. Write the first word of your novel. Save your first dollar toward financial freedom. Take a walk around the block. Apologize to someone you've wronged. The size of the action doesn't matter nearly as much as the fact that you're taking action. As you embark on this journey, keep in mind that the power of now isn't just about immediate action. It's also about consistent action. A tree doesn't grow overnight, and neither do our dreams and goals. What matters is that we nurture them daily with patience and perseverance. Each day that you water your seedling, each moment you protect it from the harsh winds of doubt and negativity. You're building more than just a tree. You're building character. You're developing discipline. You're creating a new version of yourself. One decision, one action. And here's a beautiful truth. As you tap into the power of now, as you begin to plant and nurture your trees, you'll find that your forest grows faster than you ever imagined. Why? Because success begets success. Action creates momentum. One positive change leads to another and another until your life becomes a testament to the power of seizing the present moment. So I ask you again, what tree will you plant today? What seed of possibility will you nurture? The soil of the present moment is rich with potential, waiting for you to dig in and create your future. Don't let another moment slip by. The best time to plant your tree may have been 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. And now is pretty amazing. As we continue this journey together, we'll explore how to make the most of the present moment, how to learn from our past without being chained to it, and how to cultivate a future that exceeds our wildest dreams. The power now is in your hands. What will you do with it? Now that we've embraced the power of the present moment, let's take a journey into our past. Not to dwell there, but to learn from it, to understand how it shapes us and how we can use its lessons to fuel our future. Think back to a moment when you said to yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe it was starting that exercise routine, learning a new language, or reaching out to reconnect with an old friend. How many of those tomorrows turned into weeks, months, or even years? We've all been there. The question is, what can we learn from these missed opportunities? Our past is like a tapestry woven with threads of decisions made and chances not taken. Each thread tells a story, carries a lesson. When we look closely, we often see patterns, a procrastination of fear holding us back, of comfort zones unchallenged. But here's the beautiful thing. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to changing them. Let me share a personal story. Years ago, I had an idea for a book. It was a story that had been brewing in my mind for months, maybe even years. Every day, I'd tell myself, I'll start writing tomorrow. Tomorrow came and went, again and again. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Before I knew it, 2 years had passed, and that book was still just an idea, trapped in my mind. One day I stumbled upon an old notebook where I jotted down the initial concept. As I read those faded notes, a wave of regret washed over me. 2 years of potential progress, gone. But then something shifted. Instead of letting that regret paralyze me, I let it motivate me. I realized that while I couldn't reclaim those 2 years, I could ensure I didn't lose another day. That evening, I wrote the first page of my book. It wasn't perfect, far from it, but it was a start. And that start led to another page and another. Until finally a year later, I held a completed manuscript in my hands. Experience taught me a crucial lesson about the past. It's not a place to live, but a place to learn. Every missed opportunity, every delayed start, every I'll do it tomorrow moment, they're not failures, they're teachers. They show us where we need to grow, what fears we need to confront, what habits we need to change. But here's the catch. These lessons only have value if we apply them to the present. It's not enough to recognize where we went wrong. We must use that knowledge to do better now, today. Think about compound interest for a moment. We all know the principle. The earlier you start saving or investing, the more time your money has to grow. The same principle applies to our personal growth, our dreams, our goals. Every day we delay is a day of compound interest loss. But the beautiful flip side of this is that every day we take action, no matter how small, is a day of compound interest gain. Now I want you to do something for me. Close your eyes for a moment. Think about a dream you've had, a goal you've wanted to achieve, something you've wanted to start, but haven't. Got it. Now imagine it's 5 years from now. In one version of this future, you still haven't started. You're in the same place with the same unfulfilled wish. How does that feel? Now imagine another version of that future. In this one, you started today. You took that first small step, and then another, and another. For 5 years, you've been moving forward, maybe slowly sometimes, but always forward. You've faced challenges, sure, but you've also had victories. You've grown, learned, improved. How does this future feel? The difference between these two futures is the power of now that we talked about earlier. It's the decision to learn from the past rather than be held back by it. But what about regrets? We all have them. The job we didn't take, the relationship we didn't fight for, the risks we didn't take. It's easy to let these regrets weigh us down, to let them convince us that we've missed our chance. But that's another lie that fear tells us. Regret, when channeled correctly, can be a powerful motivator. It can show us what truly matters to us. If we regret not taking a chance, it means that chance was important to us, and might still be. If we regret not starting something sooner, it means that things still calls to us. Our regrets can be compasses pointing us toward what we truly want in life. So how do we use our past to propel us forward instead of holding us back? It starts with forgiveness. We need to forgive ourselves for the opportunities we've missed, for the times we've procrastinated or let fear win. This doesn't mean we forget. It means we stop punishing ourselves and start learning instead. Next, we need to practice gratitude for our pasts. Yes, gratitude. Because every experience, every missed opportunity, every setback has shaped who we are today. They've given us wisdom, resilience, and clarity about what we truly want. Without these experiences, we wouldn't be who we are here in this powerful present moment. Then we need to get specific about our lessons. What exactly have our past experiences taught us? Maybe we've learned that we're stronger than we thought. Perhaps we've discovered what truly matters to us. Or we've realized which habits or thought patterns have been holding us back. Write these lessons down, make them concrete. They're the foundation upon which you'll build your future. Lastly, and most importantly, we need to act on these lessons. Knowledge without action is like a car without fuel. It might look good, but it won't take you anywhere. If you've learned that procrastination is your weakness, what specific steps can you take to combat it? If you've realized that fear of failure has been holding you back, how can you reframe your relationship with failure? Remember, understanding the past isn't about dwelling on what could have been. It's about using what has been to inform and empower what can be. It's about taking the rich soil of your experiences and planting new seeds of possibility in it. As we stand here, in this moment, we're at a unique intersection of past and future. Behind us lies a wealth of experiences, lessons, and yes, missed opportunities. But ahead of us lies infinite potential. The future is unwritten, and we hold the pen. Our past has brought us to this moment, but it doesn't dictate where we go from here. That power lies in the choices we make now today. We can choose to let our past define us, or we can choose to let it refine us. We can use it as an excuse to stay stagnant, or we can use it as a springboard to leap into the life we truly want. So I challenge you, take a good, honest look at your past. Acknowledge the missed opportunities, the delays, the regrets. Thank them for their lessons. Forgive yourself for any perceived failures. And then, with all the wisdom you've gained, turn your gaze to the present, to this moment, to now. Because now, armed with the understanding of your past, you're more equipped than ever to seize the power of the present. You're ready to start planting those trees we talked about earlier. You're prepared to start turning your what-ifs into what is. As we move forward, we'll explore how to fully embrace the present moment and use it as a launching pad for your future. The past has prepared you. The present is waiting for you. Are you ready to take that first step? As we've journeyed through our past, mining it for wisdom and lessons, we now stand at the threshold of the present moment. This is where the magic happens. This is where life unfolds. This is where change begins. Take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs. Notice the sensations in your body. This right here is the present moment. It's the only moment we ever truly have. The past is a memory. The future is a projection, but this is real. Now, let me ask you a question. What's stopping you from taking action right now? Is it fear, uncertainty, the feeling that you're not ready? Or perhaps it's the comfortable lull of procrastination, that seductive whisper that says there's always tomorrow. Whatever it is, I want you to recognize it, acknowledge it, and then I want you to set it aside. Because embracing the present isn't about being fearless or perfectly prepared. It's about being willing to act despite your fears, despite feeling unprepared. Think about a toddler learning to walk. They don't wait until they're sure they won't fall. They don't attend walking seminars or read books on proper walking technique. They simply stand up, wobble a bit, and take that first uncertain step. They embrace the present moment with all its imperfections and possibilities. That's the spirit we need to recapture. The willingness to be a beginner, the courage to be imperfect, the determination to start before we feel ready. But how do we do this? How do we break free from the paralysis of perfectionism and the quicksand of procrastination? It starts with understanding the true nature of the present moment. The present is not just a fleeting instant between past and future. It's the point of power. It's where decisions are made, actions are taken, and change begins. Every great achievement, every personal transformation, every act of courage began in a present moment, just like this one. Someone decided to act. They took that first step. They planted that seed. They're considered the Wright brothers. When they decided to build a flying machine, they didn't have all the answers. They didn't wait for perfect conditions or absolute certainty. They embraced the present moment with all its challenges and unknowns, and they experimented, failed, learned, and tried again. And in doing so, they changed the world. Or think about Rosa Parks. When she refused to give up her bus seat, she wasn't planning to start a movement. She was simply embracing the present moment, deciding that in this moment, she would stand up for her dignity. That single present moment decision helped catalyze the civil rights movement. These examples might seem lofty, but the principle applies to all aspects of our lives. Whether it's starting a business, improving our health, nurturing a relationship, or pursuing a passion, the power lies in our willingness to embrace the present moment and take action. But here's the thing about the present. It's always changing. It's fluid, dynamic. And that's good news because it means every moment offers a fresh start. If you missed an opportunity 5 minutes ago, guess what? A new opportunity is here now. If you made a mistake yesterday, today offers a chance to do. This constant renewal is what makes the present so powerful. It's an endless stream of second chances, of new beginnings. But to tap into this power, we need to be present. We need to be aware. We need to be ready to seize the moment when it arrives. So how do we cultivate this presence, this readiness to act? It begins with mindfulness. Mindfulness is simply the practice of being aware of the present moment without judgment. It's about noticing our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without getting caught up in them. When we're mindful, we're better able to recognize opportunities when they arise. We're more attuned to our intuition, that inner voice that often knows what's best for us. And we're less likely to be derailed by fear or self-doubt. Try this. For the next few moments, focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of the air moving in and out of your body. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. This simple exercise is a powerful way to anchor yourself in the present moment. Now, as you're focusing on your breath, I want you to consider something you've been putting off. Something you know you should do, want to do, but haven't started yet. Got it? Now, keeping your attention on the present moment, ask yourself, what's one small step I could take right now towards this goal? Notice how your mind reacts. Does it start making excuses? Does it try to put it off until later? Or does it rise to the challenge, offering ideas and solutions? Whatever the response, just observe it. This is mindfulness in action. It allows us to see our habitual thought patterns clearly, which is the first step to changing them. But mindfulness alone isn't enough. To truly embrace the present, we need to couple awareness with action. We need to develop the habit of acting on our insights and intentions immediately. This doesn't mean we always have to take huge, life-altering actions. Sometimes embracing the present means taking small, seemingly insignificant steps. Maybe it's writing the first sentence of that book you've been meaning to start. Perhaps it's doing one push-up towards your fitness goals. Or it could be sending that text to reconnect with an old friend. These small actions might not seem like much, but they're powerful. They build momentum. They create neural pathways in our brains that make future actions easier. They shift our self-image from someone who procrastinates to someone who takes action. Remember, every major accomplishment is just a series of present moments strung together. A book is written one word at a time. A marathon is run one step at a time. A business is built one decision at a time. By embracing the present moment and taking consistent action, no matter how small, we set in motion forces that can lead to incredible outcomes. But what about when the present moment is challenging? What about when we face obstacles, setbacks, or failures? This is where the real power of embracing the present comes into play. When we're fully present, we're better equipped to handle challenges. Instead of getting lost in worry about the future or regret about the past, we can focus on what we can do right now. We can ask ourselves, what's the next right move? And then we can make that move. Moreover, being present allows us to find opportunities in our challenges. Every setback contains a lesson. Every obstacle presents a chance to grow stronger. When we're present, we can extract these lessons and use them to fuel our progress. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. When his laboratory burned down, destroying years of work, he didn't despair about the past or worry about the future. Instead, he embraced the present moment, famously saying, "There is great value in disaster. All our mistakes are burned up. Thank God we can start anew." The very next day, he began rebuilding. That's the power of embracing the present. It allows us to be resilient, to adapt, to keep moving forward, no matter what life throws our way. But perhaps the greatest benefit of living in the present is the joy and fulfillment it brings. When we're constantly living in the past or the future, we miss the beauty and wonder of now. We miss the small moments of happiness, the quiet achievements, the simple pleasures that make life rich and meaningful. By embracing the present, we open ourselves to experience life fully. We taste our food more intensely. We listen more deeply in our conversations. We feel more connected to the world around us. We become more alive. And here's the secrets. When we fully embrace the present, we paradoxically become better at creating our desired future. By being fully engaged in each moment, by doing our best work now, by making the most of every opportunity, we naturally move towards our goals. We create a life of purpose and meaning, one present moment at a time. So, I challenge you, for the next 24 hours, commit to embracing the present moment fully. Notice when your mind wanders to the past or future, and gently bring it back to now. Look for opportunities to take action, no matter how small. Engage fully in your tasks, your conversations, your experiences.
If you want to be successful in anything you do, let's start with a simple truth. Success is predictable. It's not some mystical thing reserved for a chosen few. It's not the result of fate, luck, or accident. No, success comes from following a set of principles, a formula, and sticking to it long enough to reap the rewards. The small, seemingly insignificant actions you take consistently are what add up to produce great results over time. Consistency is the key. You've got to be willing to show up day in and day out, whether you feel like it or not, whether the circumstances are favorable or not. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to this. Successful people keep going when others quit. Success is built on a foundation of habits. What are your habits? What are you doing every single day to move closer to your goals? Are your habits aligned with the results you want to achieve? If not, that's the first place to start. Your habits are either working for you or against you, and the results you're getting in your life are a direct reflection of the habits you've cultivated. The challenge, of course, is that habits are hard to change. But if you want to be successful, you have to be willing to make that change. Discipline is a key element in building those habits. Discipline is doing what you know you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's easy to do the right thing when you're motivated, when everything is going well, when there's excitement. But success requires discipline during those moments when motivation is low. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. It's the force that keeps you on track, even when the initial enthusiasm fades. Think about this. How many times have you started something with excitement, only to lose steam after a few days or weeks? That's what happens when discipline isn't there to back up your motivation. Motivation might get you started, but it's discipline that will see you through. Discipline means sticking to your routine, staying committed to your plan, and doing what's necessary day after day, regardless of how you feel. Here's the first thing you need to get in check: your attitude. And take care of this before worrying about anything else. A positive, resilient attitude can make all the difference in how you approach challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. It's not about avoiding problems, it's about how you respond to them. Do you see obstacles as insurmountable, or do you view them as challenges to be overcome? Your attitude shapes your perception, and your perception shapes your reality. Success requires maintaining a mindset of growth, optimism, and persistence, even when things aren't going your way. Your attitude also determines your level of resilience. Success is rarely achieved without setbacks. The question isn't whether you'll encounter obstacles, it's how you'll handle them when they arise. A positive attitude doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means facing them head on with the belief that you can find a solution. It's about seeing every setback as an opportunity to learn, adjust, and come back stronger. Responsibility plays a major role in success. Taking full responsibility for your outcomes is a non-negotiable part of being successful. That means owning both your successes and your failures. Too often, people look for someone or something else to blame when things don't go as planned. But successful people understand that they are ultimately responsible for their results. They don't waste time blaming others or waiting for external factors to change. Instead, they focus on what they can control: their actions, their mindset, their decisions. If you want to succeed in anything you do, take full ownership of your journey. Accept that you are where you are because of the choices you've made. And if you want different results, you need to make different choices. Shifting responsibility to external factors only disempowers you. When you take responsibility, you take control of your future. You can make adjustments, learn from your mistakes, and make progress. One of the most important pieces to success is persistence. Success doesn't come overnight, and it doesn't come without setbacks. The path to achieving your goals will be filled with challenges, delays, and unexpected difficulties. Persistence is what keeps you moving forward when things get tough. It's the determination to keep going even when progress seems slow or non-existent. Success belongs to those who are willing to stick with it, no matter how long it takes. One of the reasons persistence is so important is because real progress often takes time. We live in a world where instant gratification is the norm, but success doesn't work that way. You have to be patient, you have to be willing to work, and you have to be persistent. Most people give up too soon. They quit just before they would have achieved their breakthrough. Persistence means continuing to take action, even when it feels like nothing is happening. It means trusting the process and staying the course. If you want to be successful in anything you do, you need to stay focused. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. If you want to succeed, you have to learn to focus on what matters most. You need a clear sense of your goals, and you have to direct your energy and attention toward those goals every day. Successful people don't get sidetracked by minor issues or distractions. They stay focused on their priorities. They know where they want to go, and they keep moving in that direction, no matter what. Focus also means saying no to things that don't align with your goals. Too many people get caught up in activities that don't move them closer to success. It's easy to get busy, but being busy doesn't mean being productive. Successful people understand the difference. They prioritize their time, energy, and resources toward the activities that have the greatest impact on their success. And you gotta have vision. Success requires a clear vision of what you want to achieve. You have to know where you're going before you can get there. Without a vision, you'll end up drifting, reacting to whatever comes your way, instead of proactively moving toward your goals. A clear vision gives you direction, purpose, and motivation. It provides a roadmap for your actions and helps you stay on course. But having a vision isn't enough. You need a plan to turn that vision into reality. It's easy to get caught up in dreaming, but success is about execution. You need to break your vision down into actionable steps. What can you do today, this week, this month, to move closer to your goal? Successful people are intentional about their actions. They create plans, set milestones, and take consistent steps toward their vision. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. Your environment plays a significant role in your success as well. The people you surround yourself with, the information you consume, and the atmosphere you create for yourself all have an impact on your ability to succeed. You become like the people you spend the most time with. So choose your environment carefully. Are the people around you lifting you up, encouraging your growth, and supporting your goals? Or are they holding you back, keeping you in your comfort zone? If you want to be successful, you need to surround yourself with people who have the same mindset. Your environment can either be a source of motivation or a source of distraction. If you want to be successful in anything you do, you got to learn to manage your time. How you use your time will determine how successful you become. Time is the one resource we all have in equal measure, but it's how you choose to use it that makes the difference. Successful people don't waste time, they manage it wisely. It's not about being busy, it's about being productive. It's about maximizing your effectiveness in the hours you have. It's easy to get caught up in tasks that seem urgent, but aren't important. Successful people know how to distinguish between what's urgent and what's important. They focus their time and energy on the things that will bring them closer to their goals, rather than getting bogged down by minor tasks. Here's another thing. Success requires continuous learning. You can't expect to stay where you are and achieve more than you have now. Growth is essential. You have to be constantly improving, constantly expanding your knowledge and skills. Successful people are lifelong learners. They seek out new information, they look for ways to improve, and they stay open to new ideas. Learning isn't just about acquiring knowledge, it's about applying it. Knowledge is useless if it isn't put into action. Successful people don't just accumulate information. They use it to make better decisions, to improve their performance, and to achieve their goals. Be willing to learn from every experience, from every person, from every opportunity. So if you want to be successful in anything you do, the principles are clear. These are the fundamentals. If you follow them, success isn't just possible, it's inevitable.